shall tuck tail and beg for mercy.
Wait, no, that's Syndicate piece. Oh my lord. I just want to see the Skellige. That's my excuse. Yeah, okay, so it is the aristocrats coming out on the blue coin for Meowmon. Maybe expecting that might have been a bit of a poor matchup with too many locks and poisons. P-Feach decides to go for Pirate's Cove in response. Okay, and yes, I have actually swapped over to Gwent. I think I've been fairly on the money and actually swapping over today, which is good. Let's get into this. I'm excited. We do have Bar in hand for P-Feach. Early Dame. Double Dame, actually, but no other pikemen to combo with them.
Visible mutation, rough skin, vertical pupils, horns.
P-Feach may be deciding I want to set up a pulling the strings a bit more here rather than going out to play my bot. Bart's just gonna have to stay there, bashing his head into a wall a little bit longer. Blightmaker dealing 2 damage. Not too shabby here, because now the Mage Assassin is able to threaten a kill onto the Mutant Maker. Denied the Salamandra, Firesworn tags that would have otherwise been provided. And this is early Shady Vendor coming out on the front row. What are we hoping for? He finds an assault, able to get a potential kill, but instead we just see poison. Is he poison?
Do you honestly think you can catch me? You fool!
I guess that sort of makes sense, because instead of getting 3 coins from the Fistek Trafficker doing a self-poison, turn it into more doing it offensively by getting the 4 points from the Fistek. Oh. But yeah, as said, Mage Infiltrator getting the cleanup. And it's unfortunate that the melee placement comes through for the Shady Vendor, because that's sort of maximum points almost for the Mage Infiltrator. And with this 11-point lead, no one says, I'm out. Catch me.
Never a problem 4 inches of steel couldn't solve.
And well, you do have a problem here, P-Feach. Is this 4 inches of steel gonna be enough? It will be. So, not sure what 4 inches of steel the Oxenfurt Guard is using, but it does the trick. And Focus Prediction coming to light. Hard Fiend in hand yet again for Meowmon. Probably has a bit of PTSD from that. At least it's not the final mulligan this time. Goes back into the deck. So this is, I think, the first time we haven't seen Hard Fiend coming out round 1, is that right? Oh no, sorry, the other... Okay, it was either round 1 or like super bricked. But this might be more conventional game, fingers crossed, for Meowmon. Okay. And now P-Feach has the proactivity. It's always nice in this kind of matchup to have the proactivity. Helps you, in this case, set up the pulling the strings before the opponent can get their engines out of range, or set up their own engines like a Dame, so that when you try to do things, you just get sort of slammed with a bunch of statuses, and then the Dame is out there laughing at you. Early Rose and Edna as an answer. Witch Hunt is a quite nice pull because it doesn't have any game tags associated with it. And yeah, here is the Ard Fiend. And yeah, going for the early Rosa before the pulling the strings has a chance to get fully set up with the 6 gangs on board. Of course, Horson could kill the Rose and Edna, but I mean, that's always going to be a threat. So do we have Bank here? Banking for Novigrad? That is the case. It's not clear if P-Feach actually wants to bleed hard here or not. Has a bit of an option open to them. I don't think that Myaman would want to play the second dame this early in the game. Don't think that's the name of the game.
He's up to something. You don't think we're up to something too?
No. Goes to the seditious aristocrat. Okay, Bart comes out, let's go. Yeah, if you aren't familiar with Bart, whenever you play a unit with a game category you don't already control, gain a coin for each unique game category you do control. So it's kind of alright that you play it after having the 2 original tags. All that means is that you end up getting more coins. It doesn't really matter, you might have missed like 3 coins from Mutant Makers coming down. It would have only been 2, but you get my drift. Anyways, it doesn't really end up mattering. Bart gets locked up. Poor old Bart. Didn't do anything wrong. Rose and Edna still sitting pretty. It would still get answered by a horse and Junior.
We ain't done yet.
It's getting scarier and scarier though, because this is more gangs coming onto the board. I mean, Bart himself doesn't have a gang, it's just a grade. But yeah, now we have 4 gangs between the BGF and the Mutant Makers. With the bleed on the Rose and Edna going down to 5 power next turn, kind of have to use it now. But we just see a dame coming down. And get a bit of setup with the Hard Fiend. Might like to put the Mage Assassin to the bottom of the deck. And we see that is the case. Seditious Aristocrat has both tags.
Together, but don't get used to it.
And yeah, as mentioned, the Rose and Edna is forced in this case. And I guess the other nice thing is you're able to get rid of 2 gangs at once here. And looking at the hand for P-Feature, it's not necessarily easy to get both those gangs back immediately. Play Horson to get one, maybe Little Bird to get the other. But then you aren't really getting Blind Eye Tag this round either, so yeah, not super easy. Also, BGF kinda goes hard with Thirsty Dame. Insanity just turning into bleeding means extra points on the Thirsty Dame. Like, it's pretty sweet. Okay. Little Bird? I mean, probably Blind Eye. Yeah. Now has 3 gangs, boosting up the Witch Hunter. And here's another lock. And here's the thing, despite going second here, Myaman was still able to set engines up in a much better and more efficient manner. So that now with the statuses being used to answer all these threats that P-Feature's putting up, this dame is getting bigger and bigger, and with a lack of access to poisons right now, not even access to City Mastermind to try and find some, this dame is just gonna stick. And with that, it looks like there's no real way for P-Feature to catch up. Myaman should have a card up going into round 3. Okay. The use of Insanity kind of coming back to bite Myaman plays into a pulling the strings. But I don't think Myaman cares too much. At this point it's probably more just about gold preservation. Uses the first copy of Ku. There's... Hey, no. Will you pull the strings? I'm just gonna Ku to first. We can trade this BGF back and forth. I'm probably getting the better value the whole time because my Thirsty Dame is boosting up and up and up. And we're just going to see it going all the way down to 1 power now. And I think leaving this Witch Hunter at 6 power without bleeding, just to give the Fangs of an Empire a more viable poison target, doesn't really matter because yeah, PP's just passes here regardless. So
Patience is not a virtue I am known to have.
see Amir coming down, instant flanking, making use of the Odd Fiend. Quite a few golds in P Feature's hand. Starts with the BGF. Sure.
Into the cauldron.
Setting some units up at 3 power. But a point short of getting a ranged tribute on this Shady Vendor, however. Leading from the Odd Fiend. Usurper is the only golden deck that this Roderick is going to be able to find. Probably want to do so before Joachim or ensure you know the top decks with the Odd Fiend, just to be safe. You don't want to pull the Usurper and have a bricked Roderick. Double flanking these two pikemen are not a great way to deal with either of them. With pulling the strings, Austin Jr. will do the trick though. So before I could finish my sentence talking about pulling the strings, the just flat out kill option comes through. And that's a bit of a board wipe. So it's only 2 gangs right now. But now I'm unable to go for a bit of an additional setup. Clicking the Odd Fiend as an agent in a Fangs you can put down. So I don't know if you'd rather have that as a top deck than the Servant. I think that is the case here. Actually, it's not clear what was put to the bottom. Wait. No, the Horson didn't already have spying. It was given spying. It was already given spying. Okay, here's the Jacques. 2 tags on the Jacques, 2 tags on the BGF, a 5th tag coming through on the Sea Jackal. Going to be a pretty scary collusion. Notably, Siggy Reuven is missing here. A little bit unfortunate. But yeah, the Shady Vendor is going to get a maxed value pulling the strings, because note that after tribute is used, King of Beggars will come out before the pulling the strings ends up getting played. So it looks like, did want to set up the poison before. So it was the pure human in the Van Malcolm 7 being put down. Ooh, Blightmaker and Mage Assassin near the top. I believe they're both just agents, which means we'll just see Spy coming out for either clicked being put to the bottom. But yeah, it doesn't help with getting any additional poisons from Joachim. Admiral and Pi can get those poisons, however. But no great pulling the strings as of right now though for P-Feach. What would you do in the meantime? You still go Shady Vendor? Decides not to go Collusion without the Blind Eye tag. So I don't need the pulling the strings, I'd rather just get my Blind Eye through. Not a bad Hysteria here. Playing for 3 damage. 3 points, and gets a second Tide Cloak through, sure. Gonna be a pretty good collusion, but at the same time, Yaman's Imposter Leader ought to be pretty sweet. However, all that being said, this is a substantial point gap.
Gentlemen, to work.
Although, I mean, Joachim into Blightmaker is like a 20-point play anyways, so... I mean, it might just do the trick. If Admiral and Parley coming out, will we be getting actual engine value for once from the Admiral? I really hope so.
We ain't done yet.
Kinda like this BGF. It can give... I don't know why you don't click the BGF on that. Like, you don't have coins. Just click the BGF once, put a bleeding on that token. You get 3 statuses on 1 unit. And your Admiral and Parley boosts by more. This is... What is this? Oh, is this Nilfgaard? Oh, that still hasn't been clicked. Okay, maybe... Okay, I end up... That would have been a bad play by one... Actually, it would have bounced out anyways, because Admiral and Parley gets one more click. Oh, actually, I guess the BGF had 3 statuses anyways. Never mind. I'm just a little bit blind. Okay. So yeah, pretty big value collusion. But this fist tech is not looking hot as a finisher. And yeah, you get a 3-point spawn from the Inquisitor, you have 9 coins sitting in the bank. But you don't have much better than a 1-for-1 spender right now, since both Sea Jackals have been dealt with. And to make matters worse, this Joachim blocks the back row. However, the Mage Assassin might free space, it does not. Odd Fane just being clicked. And should be putting some status over. Yes, the Aristocrat, I believe, put to the bottom. Seditious Aristocrat, that is. Bit of bleeding, bit of spying, and that doesn't end up being particularly close. So Siggy being missed is quite impactful, in all honesty. Looks like we have emo-only chat for 2 minutes. Which of course is, well, 20 minutes in the past. It'll end 18 minutes ago, I suppose. So yeah, it is the alumni coming out here. I'm scared. I'm scared, guys. Roach in hand does not seem great for Myaman here. Don't see any reason, like, maybe you want to keep it. Okay, you want to keep it for a push, and then you get Knickers as well. Don't think you would have wanted both in hand here. Maybe I'm not putting enough respect on the name of the Belgian mentors, but I don't see how this is going to go well. Well, at least the bleeding isn't going to get purified here, because pretty sure P-Feature values this defender quite a bit, this defender status. And yeah, this bow is going to put damage onto things. Not that it matters, because this is even like an onslaught deck where you get additional armor. Okay, you can play Demon Smuggler. Maybe you can deal with the Bernard student? Maybe. So P-Feach, if you're keeping track here, P-Feach should know the Roach is bricked. Didn't come out when the raiding fleet was played. And it'll probably get an inkling as the round progresses that Myaman is getting pretty unlucky with the Knickers not coming out. Well, unlucky to the point of having it bricked in hand. A lot of Demon Smugglers going out already. And this is quite nice for just ensuring you have enough units for the Freya's Blessing to have things to copy. And P-Feach saying, I'm fine if you kill my Bernard student here. I'll just let my Letitia keep her patience ticking. I can play another Bernard student save from this decree, if need be, to get the zeal on my alumni. And yeah, probably not surprised that it does end up getting finished off. And yeah, there's 2 damage on the Uncrate Raiders. Find it hard to believe it's going to find much of a target. It can kill a front row student, I suppose. I don't think P-Feature's caring much about those front row students beyond just giving them zeal. And yeah, just holding back here, playing sort of everything else as need be to ensure that the Letitia is maxing out the value. And I should probably turn the emote only chat. Yeah, plus from Yaman is ahead right now, so oh no, P-Feature's gonna have to go 2 cards down. But like, there's so much patience here. Letitia at 5 patience. This actually is a student already at 3 patience. Okay, uses a leader just to get enough points to get ahead. Student at 9 and 6. Yeah, alumni already have zeal, and yeah, very powerful students. Okay, I guess the Roach and Nick is a save now for round 3. That's cool. The thing is, Miamon kind of needs to get units into the graveyard as well. Yeah, you got a bunch of Demon Smugglers. They kind of suck if you don't have a boat on board, and yeah, you can always just res your boats, I guess, at the same time. But Demon Pirate might just have to get high rolled here in putting something into the graveyard. So we will have Roach and... Wait, okay, we're bleeding. Okay. So I guess Alumni saying... I think I can get a better short round just with my Alumni value here. Purifies out the Doomed on this Resurrected Artusa student, already at 10 patience. And yeah, it's not really possible for Miamon to deal with it. Maybe a high roll from Rune Mage could deal 4 damage. Probably what you need to go for here in all honesty. I wonder, are we gonna go Skellige? Or are we gonna go for something like Nilfgaard, which probably has a few more answers? If we do just go Skellige. Find a Feral Bond. Guess that's the best choice. Gets you a bit of Bloodthirst going. Ooh, Profile Archer could have been nice perhaps. We're going for the Great Sword, not a bad choice at all. But Chapter of Wizards into Rune Mage, there's an Alumni. And decides to go back row. Doesn't even care about killing a Great Sword because at most it gets to 10 power. This Alumni is already doing 10 boost. Yeah. And yeah, not wanting to boost its Aratusa student because that would play too heavily into Heatwave. I'm a bit surprised you don't just hold the Alumni Order. I don't think it would have been killed, right? Maybe you have a bit of leader coming out from Miamon here. 2 leaders coming out from Miamon. And it's going to be Triss into Feral Bond to get a Brockfar Archer to kill off this student. So yeah, not able to play for the additional Freya Blessing value here, so it's only going to be a 2 Freya Blessing opco. But you at least kill the student, stopping her at 11 boost. Thing is, still come back after Necromancy in a future round, and the lack of control from Miamon still means it's not easy to answer. Maybe you could get something from a Magic Compass once that is set up. Gonna need Vabion and these Abaдаges to start doing things. Once you get the boat online. But if you're happy to do a bit of overkill damage onto that boat to make this potential player for Demon Pirate, make me want to have to high roll something, and if you play it, you might lose your Heatwave, but it kind of balances out if you get rid of Vabion or Abordage, and maybe you're fine getting rid of one of these sort of 4 bronzes. Magic Compass would be very bad to put into the graveyard because it would be an anti-thin going into the round 3. If we do go Abordage, Demon Pirate, we'll see what the RNG pulls.
Give us all you got.
And it is Compass. I don't even know if we're going to be able to play Compass this game. That's gonna be an anti-thin. Maybe Vabion into Abordage. I think with Vabion into Abordage you'll still be able to get it through. But it's not gonna be pretty.
But we shall prevail.
And yeah, Alumni with the PMP, able to start denying some of this damage to Siren. Makes mental value less powerful.
For a modern Freya.
No ship on board. We're gonna have to resurrect one of the ships to make a second resurrection into Demon Pirate a bit more viable. I don't think it's gonna remain viable here. And this is just looking like the most dominant matchup that we're gonna have all day. I think the Aristocrats would have been the deck which stood the most chance against Alumni, trying to force the Alumni to take a loss.
No insult.
Otherwise, yeah, the Alumni is just gonna run away with it. Kind of surprised Alumni didn't eat the ban, in all honesty. And notably with that second resurrection, there's no more ships available for Yaemon to get value out of resurrecting a different smuggler. And to add insult to injury, Skrill destroys the Magic Compass. Ouch. Okay, it's not over. There's only a bunch of very strong alumni coming out in a short round for P-Feach, and Myeonwon is having a tough time catching up here, having to commit the... it's over. It is over. Without Arkel for the short round here, there is no way for Myeonwon to win, I think. If this even catches up, I mean, each of these plays for 10 points. I think you need a leader. Decides to save the leader, commits a mentor. Okay, is a card up at the very least. Yeah, the Alumni did bleed a couple cards down due to the early pass whilst Myeonwon was ahead. But like, I don't care if you have card advantage and leader advantage, your card quality sucks right now. Maybe... don't know. There's just Shieldwall anyways to protect. We see Feral Bond here. Finds... Disgraced Brawler, okay. Able to lock itself with the Bloodthirst one. Not too shabby. But like, it doesn't really matter when an alumni just comes out here. It doesn't have Zeal at least. As if that matters. I think the only way for Myeonwon to win is to somehow kill everything coming out here. Yeah. I think you're just gonna Vabion for a second Feral Bond. You're just gonna res.
Kill them all.
Decides to res Alumni. There's no reason to boost the Zealed Alumni here. I think by anything, I don't think it's really possible for Myeonwon to kill it through damage. At most, doing the similar trick to last round, you can get Brockvar Archer up to 4 damage after using your full leader, and then the extra wolf from the Feral Bone. The rope is ticking down. Tick tock tock. It's like I think Myeonwon's time in this game is running out, really. You see Vabion. Actually goes Vabion for Abadage, sure. This might in theory be more points. Finds the mentor. Don't know if that's really ideal.
Children, elders, we spare none.
You might get like, I don't think you'll be left with any bloodthirst except for the ones from the leader here. Ooh. Oh. Yeah. It's getting the more units that P-Feach plays means that this heat wave is having diminishing value for Miamon. Especially if you want to get value out of the mentor. Okay, I don't agree with holding that. I mean, I guess if Mion wants to full leader here, they can always kill any alumni with the Brockfire Warrior, but yeah, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't just take the Feral Bond here to kill off that alumni. And one of the alumni being doomed, you make it worse for what the PMP could pull. I don't know if it's right-click term. It looks like we are clicking term. I don't think, like, well, look, what's the worst thing? You kill an alumni, you give them access to a PMP. If anything, you're forcing them to go taller on one unit. And that means that your Heatwave might be enough. Wait, is Mion actually going to do this? No, surely not. Double PMP is gonna be more than enough, right?
But we shall prevail.
Okay, just go Heatwave. Yeah, no, it's... no. Okay, almost does it. That's the crazy thing. If that Demon Pirate was a little bit better in that round 2, Yaman might have actually won this game. I have to see. That is Syndicate music, so it is the curve on the blue coin. Oh no, red coin. Okay. Curve on red. Does P-Fish just like Symbiosis on blue? I could have sworn it was a pretty good red coin deck, but maybe P-Feature's opinion differs. Or maybe it's something to do with the matchups here. A lot of abordages in hand for Miamon. With only one pirate to play. I don't think you... Wait, we're actually taking Warlord. Okay. I wasn't sure if this deck actually likes playing Warlord or not. Because then you end up killing your Feral Bond Wolves and you don't get the extra Bloodthirst. And, you know, that Bloodthirst can turn into points. However, it does mean that, I mean, that this is now more immediate points. It also makes your abordages a bit more threatening. Like, you can abordage into Demon Smuggler and get kills a bit easier. So, pretty good start here, just playing a couple of 5p raids. This is another time in which we see the turn 1, round 1 Nilfgaard coming out.
The anatomical changes slightly.
We're just maximizing Quint Purse right now. Not easy to deal with the boat at the current moment. Because, yeah, why we see this Horson coming out?
Slow, ain't ya?
What's the second thing it killed? Oh, it kills musicians. Okay, sure. And Knickers. Horson just going on a rampage against the poor beasts. Okay, drawing into this Raiders is probably quite nice. Because it makes this abordage a bit more viable. In fact, you can just kill the horse in this turn with a Raiders click, which is quite nice. Because Raiders will have Zeal. Discarding Freya's Blessing is also solid. Gives you a bit of a better time setting up the Otka without needing to actually play these Freya's Blessings. You just, you know, play units from hand without giving them doomed prematurely. EGF coming out, this is now 4 tags for each. Maybe it's worth noting that pulling the strings by nature of seizing units stops them going into Myemon's graveyard, which can work to deny some potential Freya's Blessing value. Okay, playing a back row, basically saying, if you're pulling the strings, sure, you can use it. I want the boat more for the tag.
If the ring won't come off, just take the whole finger.
Wait? What?
Never a problem 4 inches of steel couldn't solve.
Wait. You had 4 tags already? No? Why play... What did the Sea Jackal do here to help with? A little bit confused by that. A bit of a sad Demon Smuggler, but still able to kill that Tide Cloak. And yeah, this Mutant Maker is about to bleed out. That was strange.
Could you say? Thought you'd never ask.
Yeah, now that pulling the strings is still only at 4. He decides to seize the Demon Smuggler, saying, I'd rather deny that on the Resurrections rather than the Uncreate Raiders. And with all this bleeding, P-Feature is managing to stay ahead. And this is the sort of thing that playing the Nilfgaard early allows you to do, just getting that little bit of extra coins each turn. Extra coin each turn. It means you're able to just spend as the round progresses and stay ahead. It just gives you that little bit of an edge. And Knife's Edge is sometimes all you need. I mean, at a high level, Gwent can just be a game of like margins and micro decisions. Which is why I sometimes like hyperfixate on those decisions, because points matter.
If you've got the coin.
And the mark of a pro is often they just don't lose points by making those small little mistakes. See, roller for payday rather than pulling the strings. There's not enough gangs to deal with a boat here. A lot of units, but only 2 gangs for P-Feature right now. Still though, not a huge deal if you're able to stay ahead. It would have been nice to maybe deny the graveyard a little bit more, but not really necessary. And we see a couple of leader charges.
Make it back to the keep by sundown or freeze.
Some pretty good mentor value here. Very late Bart. But like, yeah, there's only 2 gangs, so Bart would get value if we have a new gang popping up next turn. Mentor number 2. Yeah, I guess the downside to doing so much bleeding for P-Feach is that you create a bunch of damage units from Myemon's side of the board, which, I mean, just gives these mentors quite a bit of value. And here we have a bank coming out. I'm not sure this Eventide Plunder is going to be able to get ahead by that much. Because if Myemon just gets ahead with Triss, you're able to force out the Siggy Mastermind. Or a pass. Yep, so this is enough to get ahead here naturally. Yeah, and Myemon goes for it. I think you just go for the res here. The Demon Smugglers aren't looking so hot. Probably just tried to maximize Mentor value? Oh. I think it's better to just have the phrase blessing stuck for the Otco, even if you get rid of this spirit from the graveyard. Okay. And this is the problem. If P-Feach wants to go all in to win round 1, you're gonna have to commit your Siggy Mastermind. So, in the previous game, we saw P-Feach just missing the Siggy Mastermind. In this game, we see the Siggy Mastermind getting committed when literally any bronze would have done the trick. Doesn't even use the tribute, just gets out this Fist Tech Trafficker. A little bit sad, but at least you get the win on even. We see Miamon using up a couple leader charges, P-Feach using up one of their Sea Jackal spawns as well. I'm still quite confused on what was achieved by doing so, but it's fine. Maybe it was just to get ahead. Even then, I don't know why you do it before the pulling the strings. I don't think it even got ahead. I don't know. But with the Nilfgaard on the board, this is going to be a potentially quite strong tempo bleed coming out. Ooh. A lot of Salamandra in hand and a bit of scary poison potential. Is Miamon going to keep the Otkel? Yes. So it looks like Miamon is worried about the 2-0 potential. It's an argument just to heatwave the Nilfgaard here, play on interactive.
Raid, we fight, we plunder. Full service.
This feels a bit bad. No respect for the poisons. I mean, maybe it's just saying like, okay, you can poison it. I'm just gonna like resurrect instead.
But she brooks no insult.
Yeah.
Women, children, elders.
Maybe that was it. Like, didn't want to res a mentor. Was like, yeah, sure. Okay. You have Fallen Knight has a Firesworn tag on it. 5 powers, not half bad. You have a little bird coming through.
So that's why there's no horse in the blood.
Okay. So I guess there goes the heat wave. And look, the nice thing about thinning so much is that Miamon has perfect mulligans, can have Compass, Rune Mage, Magic Compass, and I guess Demon Pirate since the Demon Smuggler is not looking so hot right now. Compass is online immediately here. Now, the bad thing for P-Feach is they haven't thinned as perfectly. They've thinned a decent amount, I think. But... oh no. Oh no! No Jacques is heartbreaking. And I mean... no collusion isn't so great either.
Oh, the digits dropped off. Oh, we'll sew it back up.
Would have been an interesting round, I think, if P-Feach had Jacques at least, but without it... oh... I don't see how the pulling the strings and Little Bird combine to get enough value here. Oh, you could even just slash to get the kill here. I don't know how much Miamon is values getting rid of these gangs, but yeah, you give up 3 points on the brawler to get rid of the 2 gangs. I mean, yeah. Yep. And again, I'm gonna say it. Imagine having Siggy Mastermind here. You would have had access to your Jacques, I believe. You would have had access to your collusion with the leader. I mean, even if it's not amazing, just trying to get like one other bronze to stick, you at least get some things done. Maybe your Jacques can pull like the King of Beggars as well on the turn and use his tribute. But no, it's just... the case. I don't know what the last play here is. You just go like Lippy. I mean, you have the Roach and Knickers to do Lippy if you wanted. You just play... Oh, I don't think Harold's the play. Just, yeah, Hjalmar to kill off the little bird. Plays for 10 points, gets rid of Good Spender. Beat this Golden Necker Shieldwall deck twice. Once with Symbiosis, once with Curve. And we will be starting off with the Symbiosis matchup. And yeah, it looks like P-Feach likes the Symbiosis from blue. Interesting. The other interesting thing is that because Eskel Pathfinder is in his own right a Witcher, it means that Eskel can't kill a Witcher. So you'd really only be able to kill a human in this deck, which means you could kill, say, the Anastrenga, maybe a Damned Sorceress Immortals, maybe a Windhelm, maybe a Dandelion. But something like a Keldar, something like a Berengar, you can't kill. You've got to be careful of that. On the other hand, I don't know how Myamun kills Oshun. So, probably gonna have to rely on trying to get a Griffin Witcher to stick. Because if you get a Griffin Witcher to stick, then the Oshun can't stick just by Vitality, although, I mean, tactical advantage on Oshun is enough to just keep it safe. And yeah, okay. Since you can only kill limited amount of humans, Eskel able to get this kill immediately. Anna's pretty safe now. 2 points per turn, let's go. I believe Anna was recently power buffed in Provision Council, right? This makes her a little bit better tempo-wise the turn she gets played. Also a bit harder to kill, well, not that that matters in this case because she's just getting shielded up. And yeah, here's the Oshun protected with the tactical. Absolutely no way for Lirio to get the kill. Oh sorry, Lirio, Myamun. Oy oy oy. And yeah, it just means if Oshun's on the board, even with like just 1 or 2 other Dryads, the Tempest just gets way too scary. Griffin Witch not long for this world. It's not easy to get kills against all these shielded, boosted units, so if you get a good rebuke, you're just going to take it in this sort of matchup. Which is what we're seeing here. I wonder if P-Feach is going to try to save the Tempest?
Wind whistles, willows whip.
So I just thin out a full provision Naiad here, get a bit of extra symbiosis, a bit of extra value on the Oshun, making this Tempest an extra 2 points on every nature ends up playing, so it's like +6 for the following turn. Yeah, there's 2 points per turn from the Anastrenga. This Griffin Witcher Adept can have some nice synergies with this selective mutation. But yeah, it's looking a little bit rough. I wonder when we're going to see the Sirenova getting played. And I don't think Myamun can... or wants to give up because, you know, Ring of Favor exists, but... the Tempo Pass is getting scarier and scarier by the minute. I think after the Tempest gets played, you will just have to pass sort of no matter what. Okay, Griffin Witch coming into hand. Are you going to keep it or... it's probably putting that or the Adept back. Griffin Witcher does go back into the deck. We see the fog coming out here, going to kill off this back row student. So Ring of Favor, not enough here. Might have needed the Ring of Favor and protection from Tempest. But yeah, this is Gwent, not Dark Souls, so no luck in that regard. Okay. Now, the Naiads did take the round control here. Yeah, would they win out in a long round 3? I'm not sure. They'd struggle to answer like Keldar and Witcher students and Windhelm. Whereas they would get their own value out of Hamadryad, out of this Naiad. Smork, why not? What could possibly go wrong here? So we have a Naiad coming out. Windhelm is going to be able to stay a little bit ahead here. So yeah, it's not like Heafeach is going to be able to just do a soft little bleed here. Would not be surprised to see Simless coming out. There might be an argument that Heafeach just wants to lead with Point Slam here, force out earlier engines from Miamon and then just pass. And maybe have like some more of their own engines sort of for round 3. But at the same time here, maybe just go like for Naya. Okay. Okay, going for the Vandal. Surely we take Salve, right? Right? It's carryover. Okay. Yeah, Frog Mating Season coming out. A little bit anti-synergistic with the Hamadryad in a way. Because you want her to have Vitality on herself for a bit of a longer time. But I mean, it does give Vitality, so yeah, it'll last for a little bit longer. You can always move the frogs away if need be. It was... yeah, so the second rebuke got mulliganed away, so this Griffin Witcher is going to stay around. Yeah, it worked quite nice with the Sangreal here, once we get to that Adrenaline 3. Yeah. So... see the Naiad coming out. And Frogs moved away to, yeah, give this Hamadryad a longer time with this Vitality on it.
Season yourself with garlic, see what that gets you.
Okay, is Keldar getting protected here? Like, surely, right? Yes, okay. This Simless is going to be a lot of points. Or not, or we just pass. And this is already quite a substantial lead. No more passive points for Heafeach, but not easy to catch up from Yaman. And this is what I mean, like, it's actually kind of went the other way around, that we point slammed with the Frogs and the Philavandrel, saving the Simless for the shorter round. Instead we have this tempo. Not enough with this Siri Nova, I believe. You'll be gaining, what, like 8 points passively? Right? We'll be just short here. I think that Griffin Witcher got full value on that ping. Have to either commit the Sangreal or the Decree here. What's it gonna be? Sangreal, I think, is gonna get quite awkward later on here. Or maybe you could just use it on Immortals? That would work, right? Maybe a bit safer, just choose the Sangreal here. And you keep the Decree just to gain access to anything you need for later on. It's also worth noting that, yeah, there's one Dryad's Caress in this deck for P-Feach. Still sitting in the deck right now. I not even gain access to it. So, look, it's unlikely this Margarita for Meowmon is going to do awfully much, but it might. You never know. Down Sorceresses will be able to pull out this Hubert. And finds the Immortals as well. So I imagine you'll probably lead down to Sorceress, set up the Immortals, and then take the Golden Echo. Probably saving the Decree to tutor whatever you deck boost with the Kaesarin, which would be the non-Margarita or Berenger pulled Golden Echo. A little bit awkward proactively here. Actually just goes similar straight up.
Only one with no
Okay. Would have been better in theory to have the Knight Fledgling in the deck, because then you could tutor it and give it vitality with Leader. Gets out of range of a Boiling Oil.
when one falls, another replaces him.
Okay. The Morin Lock is quite nice here. Saving it for this round 3, P-Feach is able to outlast both of the Redanian Secret Services, as you see, used up in the previous rounds. So, whilst there'll be one more shield getting pinged off, it's quite perfect. Okay, not sure why the music just cut out.
End this battle already. I've more important things to do.
Okay, yeah, this is a very, very sad damned sorceress. And, yeah, and the Dryad's Crest is in hand for Meowmon, so it's gonna get that value and... Never mind. But I don't think there's anything really to lock with the Golden Echo this turn. When the Golden Echo, if it ends up pulling out the Margarita. It's a bit of a misplay, I think, boosting that rather than, say, the Morin, which maximizes that opposing Boiling Oil value. Kaesarin here. I mean, Griffin Witcher Ranger looks pretty sweet. Can play it back row for 7. Pretty sure that's just the best play here. No, we're taking an Adept. Okay, it's still 7 with the shield, I guess, to be fair. And maybe a Witcher gets damage down or something, I don't know. I think technically range it would have been slightly better in all honesty. Because if you're able to like use it back row, boosted like a 5 power unit, you make the opposing rebuke a bit weaker in actually getting the death blow. But you see the lot coming through. 9-point Margarita. It's a 15-point Gourd, but I think that's a little bit short. It is. Doesn't matter having the card advantage. Ends up being Meowmon taking it by 1 point. 1 point. Northern Realm Golden Echo coming to fruition.